Hi everyone, welcome to today's little practice. I'm just going to be working a little bit on our glutes and our tummy muscles, our core. If you want to, you can do a few sun salutations before doing this, or maybe you'd like to do one of my Let's Get Moving flows. But if you have any questions about how to join the videos together to make a slightly longer practice, please either email me or direct message me on Instagram. Contact details are below. Let's get going. So, let's just start here. Just open out that chest, feet flat on the floor, and just gently come onto the outside edge of the left foot, inside edge of the right foot, slowly up and over. Just gently rolling the feet from side to side, rolling the knees, sitting up nice and tall. Chest is lifted, checking that you're not C-shaping and rounding out that spine. Just nice and easy. Let's just do a few more. Eyes can be open or closed. And then from here, let's just roll to one side and let's just come down to our backs. Let's come into a low bridge. So let's set ourselves up first. So feet flat on the floor. Just spread those toes wide, weight even through both feet. So knees are bent. And then bring your awareness to your pelvis, checking that it's in neutral. So if the lower back is pushing into the floor, it would tilt that pubic bone up. And if it's over the arch, that pubic bone would tilt down. So it's just finding that neutral space, checking that it's level. You can bring the hands, so I've got the heel of my hand to my hip bones, fingertips pointing down. Just pausing here for a moment. And then a gentle hug into the midline to activate those deep tummy muscles. You may think about bracing, you may think of a belt that tightens up, or you may think of belly button towards the spine. Whichever visualization that helps you think about activating those deep tummy muscles. Check as you activated them that you haven't tilted that pelvis. Keep the weight even for both feet. Keep that big toe mound in contact with the floor. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Float the hips up into a low bridge. Check that that pelvis is still staying in neutral. You can keep the hands on the pelvis or release the arms to the floor with the palms facing the ceiling. Pause in here. Check in with the knees, making sure they're not falling in or rolling out. Big toe mound in contact with the floor. Have a little poke to make sure those glutes are on. Pause in here. Option to bring the palms to the thighs and just push the palms into the thighs. Slowly starting to waken up those glutes. Waking up that core, those deep tummy muscles. Just a few deep breaths here. Breathing into the side, the back of the rib cage. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And let's do some pulses. Just gentle pulsing, using those glutes. Keeping that pelvis in neutral. Let's do a few more. And then from here, staying in the low bridge, take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, rolling down from the upper back, mid back, lower back, vertebrae by vertebrae. You'll come to your pelvic tilt, slowly come back to neutral. Release the arms down by your side. Heel toe the feet wide. We're coming into our active spinal twist, recline twist. Bringing the knees over to the left, coming onto the outside edge of that left foot, and then just keep that right foot in contact with the floor. Keep that gentle hug in, and then activate the glutes so you can feel your hip extension, and maybe bring the arms out so they're in line with the shoulders. Option to bend at the elbows if you want to open up that chest a little bit more. Pause in here. So the glutes are on. That right foot is active, so the foot is flat on the floor. Activating the arch of that right foot. Keep that gentle hug in. And take a nice deep breath in. Use that core to slowly bring the legs up to center. And as you exhale, slowly bring the knees over to the right, so the outside edge of that right foot. Keeping the left foot in contact with the floor, glutes are on, keep that gentle hug in. Activate the arch of that left foot. Just a few breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. I'm just going to hug my knees in, have a little sway from side to side. And then just roll to one side, whichever side feels comfortable for you. Slowly push yourselves all the way up. And let's crawl our way up and back and come into our tabletop. If your wrists are feeling a little bit sore today, you can roll up your yoga mat and put your hands on those, or you can come down onto the lower arms. Just check that you're not sinking through that lower back, that pelvis is still staying in neutral. Shoulders are over the wrists, spread the fingers wide. Shoulder blades are in neutral on the back of the rib cage, so we're not allowing the shoulder blades to slide forward and round and out our back. Pelvis in neutral. If you're finding it very hard to keep that pelvis stable, you can just gently bring the knees in slightly closer to the hands. And then from here, gentle hug into the midline, working those deep tummy muscles, help keeping that pelvis stable. And then bring awareness to that right glute. Float that right knee off the floor to flex that foot. Check that the hips are square on, so you're not leaning over to the left. I do that sometimes, so every now and then we're going to remind ourselves to check that the weight's even through both hands. Allow that right knee to come down towards the floor. Squeeze it up, slowly lowering down, and then bring it out to the side, coming into fire hydrant, or you can call it a clown tabletop. Squeeze up, glutes, raise, fire hydrant. So that's 2. Keep going, squeezing up, out to the side, that's 3. Coming up, looking down towards the floor, keeping that neck in line with the rest of the spine. Keep that gentle hug in. I think that's 5. 6. Let's do 2 more. Last one. We're using that big glute to raise that leg up and down. And then from here, have a little wiggle from side to side. And let's repeat that. On the left, set yourselves up, shoulders over wrists, shoulder blades in neutral, pelvis in neutral, gentle hug in, awareness to that left glute. And let's squeeze up for 1. Slowly lowering down, out to the side. Squeeze up and down. That's 2. Hips are still staying square. Weight even through both hands. Squeeze up for 4. Check in with that head and neck, so you're not jutting that chin up, allowing the hip to drop down. This is number 6. And 7. And 8. And then from here, have that little wiggle. Roll the hips to one side. Slowly come around. Weight even on both seat bones. Sit up nice and tall. Option to bring the hands behind you, but keep that chest lifted. Hands can come behind the thighs. Sit up tall, gentle hug in, or arms can be here. And float. Right foot off the floor, left foot. Right and left. So no movement at the knee joint. Movement from the hip. Keep that gentle hug in. Keep the chest lifted and open, so you're broad across the collarbones. Remember, the hands can be here, or maybe you're here, but checking that you're not rounding that spine if you're on the lower arms, that that pelvis is staying in neutral. And breathe. Just keep breathing. Keep floating the legs off the floor. Keep the shoulders soft and relaxed. Keep that chest lifted, keep that gentle hug in, rest if you need to. Doing well. Let's do 2 more each leg. 1, 1, 2, and 2. Slowly come up to an easy cross-legged. I'm just going to circle my From my seat bones, you can have a little sway from side to side if you want to, for circling, changing direction. Well done everyone. Bring the hands behind you, bring the feet wide, sit up tall, gentle hug into the midline, and just slowly come back, rolling the feet from right to left. Keep that gentle hug in, so using those abs to help with that upward lift of the spine. And let's come back round to our second set of glutes. Roll to one side, crawl your way up. I'm just going to demonstrate what we're going to be doing. We will be doing our glute raise, then coming to our thigh hydrant, and then from here we're extending the leg, kicking back, keep the foot flexed. Bring it back into your climb, lower it down. Just try it from a different angle so you can see. Squeeze up, lower down, thigh hydrant, kick it back. Climb, lowering it down. So when you're ready, let's set ourselves up. Shoulders over wrist, gentle hug into the midline. So you're using those deep tummy muscles to stabilise the pelvis. Check that you're not dropping the head down or adjusting that chin up. Awareness to that right glute. Squeeze up with the right, lower down, climb, kick it out. The foot is flexed, climb, lower, squeeze up, glute raise. Climb, kick it out. That's 2. Squeeze up, climb, kick out, or thigh hydrant, and back down. Squeeze up, side, kick it back, lower down, squeeze up, glute raise, thigh hydrant, kick it out, back in. I have lost count completely, but let's do a few more. You're doing well. Keep going. Not unless you need a rest. Keep smiling and keep breathing. Doing well. Squeeze up, out, kick back, and in. Let's do one more. Well done. Maybe have a little wiggle. Maybe shake the wrist out if you need to. And then let's set our base. I'm just going to move over this way a little bit. And when you're ready, squeeze it in. Awareness to the left glute. Core. And squeeze up left. Lower. Thigh hydrant. Kick it back. Flex that foot. Bend. Lower. Squeeze up. Thigh hydrant or climb, kick it back. Lower it down, squeeze up. So keeping awareness in the glutes. Then check in with the breath. And then check that the shoulders are over the wrist. You're doing well. Keep that gentle hug in. Check that the weight is even through both arms. Let's keep going. Two more, shall I say? Keep breathing, check you're not holding that breath. And bring it down. And then from here, just bring that left hip over to the left. Slowly come through centre to the right, back to centre to the left. A little bit like wagging your tail, just keep it slow and controlled, keep that gentle hug in. Let's do one more each side, and maybe this time look over the left shoulder as though you're looking towards that left hip. Slowly come through centre, right hip out, maybe look over that right shoulder. Slowly back in. You know what's coming up now? Let's do our leg floats. So we can stay here. You can do your leg floats. Remember the movement from the hip Or you can float one foot off the floor, the other foot off the floor. Maybe the hands can be here or here or here, and do toe taps. If that feels too much, then you can come back to your leg floats. So when you're ready, core is on, sit up nice and tall. Coming in, so you're coming into a half bow, and when you're ready, tap, 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 tap. Work with your own natural breath. Check that you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and try and breathe full to the side, the back of the rib cage. Remember, you can come back to your leg floats or have a rest. Keep going. Keep going. And let's go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4. Well done, just hug those knees in. And then bring the hands behind you, sit up tall, open out that chest, and just gently roll the knees. Gently, nice and easy. And then from here, transitioning down to the floor, you can roll down from your side, you can roll to one side and roll down. Or if not, if you're feeling okay in your lower back and you've got enough strength, you can bring the hands to the thighs, tuck the chin, and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're down here, just hug those knees in, have a gentle roll from side to side. And then place both feet flat on the floor. Pelvis in neutral, gentle hug into the midline, bring the hands behind the head, allow the elbows to float up to the ceiling, coming into some abdominal curls, and we'll add on to these abdominal curls. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly curl up. Check that you're not pulling on the head's pushing in the back of the hands. Inhale, slowly curl down. Exhale, curl up, not pulling on the head, making sure you're not doming that belly. Slowly curl down, we're going to add on. Exhale, curl up, rotate right, about ½ an inch or an inch. Slowly come back to centre, slowly curl down. Exhale, curl up, rotate left, inch or ½ an inch. Centre, curl down. Check as you curl up, you're not pulling on the head and neck. Rotate right, centre, down. Come up, left, centre, down. So we're not doming that belly, we're not tilting our pelvis. Slowly come back. Let's come up, left, centre, down. Keep going. If you need a rest, please have a rest. You're doing well. Let's do 2 more each side if you can. Last one to the left. Slowly come back in, and then maybe come into a nice long full body stretch, a nice long stretch. And then just slide those feet in, feet flat on the floor. Let's have a quick glute stretch, coming into our figure of 4. I'm crossing my left foot over to my right thigh. You can stay here. You have the option to float the right foot off the floor. You can also grab a yoga block and rest your foot on the yoga block if you want to. I'm bringing my hands to my left lower leg, but you're more than welcome to interlace the fingers behind that right thigh. And then I've just got my right ankle in line with my right knee, both feet flexed, but you can relax them down if you want to. And I'm going to use that right thigh to push against my left leg. Checking to make sure there's no discomfort in the knee, the left knee, or that left ankle. Relax the upper body. Check that you're on the back of the head, not the crown of the head, with that chin jutting up. And just breathe. Just a few natural breaths here. Quick stretch. And then slowly release that right foot down to the floor. Place that left foot down on the floor. Float that right foot up, place it on the left thigh. Maybe stay here. Maybe float the left foot off the floor. Again, I'm keeping my hands on my right lower leg. This side feels a little bit tighter for me. Or you've got the option of interlacing the fingers behind. And then I've got my left ankle in line with my left knee, but you can relax it down. And I'm going to push my left thigh into my right foot, checking in with that right knee, that right ankle, checking with the left side, upper body relax. And just a few rounds of your natural breath. And then slowly float that left foot down, place that right foot down, and then just bring the left foot and the right foot close together, knees are together, and then bring the hands to the outside of the thighs, and very, very slowly allow the knees to come out. Try not to let them to fall out, allow them to come out of control. So I've got my elbows on the floor, slowly, slowly, slowly lowering down, bringing the soles of my feet together, recline, bound angle. And then from here you can keep the hands as they are, or I'm going to slide mine up to the roughly shoulder height, and I'm just going to bend at the elbows to open up my chest. You can keep the arms lengthened, the hands don't have to be in line with the elbows. And then just soften the fingers, the hands, checking that you're in the back of the head. Eyes can be closed or the gaze can be soft. Just a few breaths here. And very, very slowly sliding the arms back down towards the thighs. Bring the palms to the outer thighs, and then slowly bring those legs up. Maybe use those hands to help. And then just gently heel toe the feet, hip width apart. Maybe allow the knees to fall in together. Maybe lengthen out the legs. Just a few breaths here. Just that natural breath. Just allowing the breath to slow down. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Or you can join me by rolling onto one side, whichever side feels most comfortable for you. And then just push and pull your way up to an easy cross-legged. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe once you get here, have a little wiggle from side to side. Checking that the weight's even on both seat bones. Hands can be on the thighs, the knees, the feet. And then just soften the face and the shoulders. Just a couple of breaths here. And then slowly bring the palms together, hands through to heart center. And just slowly open the eyes. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that practice. Any questions, remember you can direct message me on Instagram or pop me an email. And if you like this, hit the like button. And remember, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get notified each time I release a video. Thank you once again, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.